So good morning everyone. Today we have to discuss the last remaining point from our chapter number lesson number 4, that is sorting material into groups. Last previous lectures we discussed some characters which are helps us to identify, to differentiate, to distinguish the things. Which are the characters? Yes, transparency, density, what is the mass, what is the volume, etc. Okay, so I hope you remember that. So now we have to start a new sub point from our syllabus, that is thermal conduction. Thermal conduction. Thermal conduction. What is the thermal conduction? One experiment we should take. We have the frying pan in your so no, each and every kitchen has the frying pan which has the metal base. The plate is the metal base and the handle is made by wood. If you carefully observe that metal plate becomes easily hot. Many things can bake on it, can fry on it. But while doing this, you are using that handle which is not so hot. Is that clear to you? You can easily touch that, and by using that handle you can do anything regarding with that. Is that clear? What is the difference between that wooden thing is not so hot and the metal things becomes very hot? Do you remember? Do you understand these things? Things are there. One is wood and one is a metal. But both having two different qualities. And that quality, it's easy to understand, and that by using that quality, you separated the things. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? And this is nothing but the thermal conduction. Thermal means related to the heat. The substance which can allow, listen carefully, the substance which can allow pass to the heat, which can allow pass through the heat on it is called a thermal conductor. Is called a thermal conductor. The substance which allow heat to pass through them is called a thermal conductor, and one of the best example for thermal conductor, metals. That's why they are very good conductor of heat. That's why many cooking vessels in kitchen are mostly made by the metals, not wood. Am I right? Yes, frying pan is the best example for this. They are very easy to understand. See, the substance which allow heat to pass through them, that are called a thermal conductor, and the good conductors are metals. Is it clear? To almost all metals are good conductors of a thermal, means heat. Is it clear to you? And same exact opposite for bad conductor. Bad conductor means reverse. The substance which do not allow to pass through them, the substance which do not allow heat to pass through them, that are bad conductors. And one of the best example for bad conductors is wooden things. Am I right? Yes, that's why the cooking vessels are made, their stand, their holder always are the wood, because if they are also metal, so how will you handle them? So their handle is always in the wood. That's why their knot becomes very hot, and they can able to handle it very smoothly. Is it clear to you? Good conductor of heat and bad conductor of heat. For exam point of view, the 2 marks question is there. They are asking like this. Differentiate the things. Good conductor, bad conductor. If metal is there, good conductor. If wooden things are there, bad conductor. So, plastic is a good conductor or bad conductor? Obviously, plastic do not carry the heat, so they are bad conductor. Is it clear to you? So, wood, plastic things are bad conductor of heat. So, metals are good conductor of heat. Is it clear to you? Any doubt? Good, very good. So this is the one criteria. By using this criteria, we can identify, we can separate the things regarding their thermal conductivity. Is it clear? Next is a very interesting thing, diffusion. Next character is diffusion. What is the diffusion? The process of gases and liquids spreading into surrounding. Means suppose we open the scent bottle, okay, in the room at the one corner of it, and you are in the another corner of the room, then also you can smell. Yes, some very nice smell is coming. Or suppose your mother doing cooking some great noodles for you in kitchen, and you are at the home, you are in the hall, then also you can smell it. Yes, mama is cooking something for me, yes or no, like this. So what is this? Because that gas, smelling hot gas, it comes near to you. Are you getting me? And this is the spreading from kitchen to the hall, or from kitchen to the gallery. This is known as spreading. And this technique or this thing is diffusion. The process of gases and liquids spreading into a surrounding substance is known as diffusion. And the best example is scent bottle, perfume bottle, we can say that. Is it clear to you? Yes? Each gas has their different gases, right? Means some smells are coming very fastly and very prominently, but some smells are not coming. They are very mild, we can say that. So by using this spreading quality, spreading time, we can separate the things. This is the diffusion. Example, definition is necessary. Is it clear? The substance which means gases and liquids spreading into a surrounding substance is known as diffusion, and the example is perfume bottle. Is it clear to you? Good. Next is very interesting, electrical properties. Means electrical conductivity. Third character. Today's third character. Electrical conductivity. This is same like the thermal conduction. Just only one word is changed. The substance which allow to the substance which allow to pass the current, means the material which conduct electricity, that substance are called the electrical conductors. What is the definition? The material or the substance which conduct electricity, that are electrical conductors. Can you tell me some examples? Metals like copper, iron, silver are the good conductors, means they can easily carry the current. Electric wires, suppose you are taking if you observe carefully wires, the outer covering is made by plastic, but inside of that there is a copper wires. Yes or no? So it means that copper carry current, electricity very easily. That's why copper is a good conductor. Is it clear? Reverse for bad conductor. The materials which do not conduct or which do not carry electric current or electricity, that are called bad conductors. And are you are very familiar with the examples of bad conductors? Yes, plastic, wood, rubber. Yes or no? Yes, because the material like a plastic, rubber, wood, they do not allow to pass the electricity through them. So they are bad conductors of electricity current. Is it clear? Sometimes one scientific question, a reason they are asking, why electric wires have plastic covering? What is the reason behind it? If you observe carefully this cable wires, electric wires, you can see that the outer covering is made up by plastic, maybe in a red color, blue color, blackish color, and inside of that copper wire. And somehow by mistake, if you touch the wire You are not getting to shock. Yes or no? You are not getting some electric shock. What is it? What is the reason behind it? Sometimes. What is the reason behind it? The reason behind it, plastic is a bad conductor. Okay. If you use the only copper wires, so how could you touch to them? Suppose by mistake we touch that wire, then easily we get the current. Yes or no? It causes a serious injury. So, for easy handling and avoid shocking things, shocking incidents, that copper wire covered by a plastic things, because plastics are bad conductor. Yes or no? So, they do not pass electric current and we are safe to from that electric current if by mistake we touch them. Actually we should not touch any electric wires, but suppose by mistake it is there. That's why plastic has a wire has the outer covering which is made up by plastic. Is it clear? Sometimes bad conductors are called insulators also. Okay, so don't make confusion. What is this insulator? Insulator means bad conductors of electricity. Is it clear? Examples of wood, rubber things. One another scientific reason is there. Scientific question is there. While doing any electric activity, we should use rubber footwear or rubber gloves. What is the reason behind it? Again, same reason. Rubber or plastic is made up by. These are the bad conductors. So avoid shock. To avoid electric current while handling electric wires, we should use rubber gloves, rubber footwear, etc. Is it clear to you? So this is the also again one of the very important question. Last is magnetic property. Again same. The substance which get attracted by magnet are called a magnetic substance. As you know that you are playing with the magnet. Okay, if we have one iron nail and one magnet, obviously that iron nail easily attract with towards the magnet. If you have taken this wooden block in front of a magnet, can it attract it? No. It means what? That wooden material is different, iron nail material is different. So, what is the magnetic property? Magnetic substance, the substance which get attracted by magnet or towards the magnet, that are magnetic substance, and the substance which do not attracted towards the magnet or by the magnet, that are called a non-magnetic substance. Can you tell me the magnetic substance example? Yes, iron nails, etc. And non-magnetic, wood, brick. Is it clear to you? Any doubt? Here our chapter is completed. Just try to solve the exercise. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a good day.